Hello dear friends, today I am meeting you for the first time after COVID-19 lockdown through IHRC channel, in which a special program of mine is being run on human rights awareness. That is why I have appeared among you. Well, during the lockdown period that has passed across the country, there are many people in our lives who were busy in their work, but this lockdown itself has taught a lot to people. It has also taught them about normal life. He went away after learning the meaning of life. For that, in the coming times, you people will need a lot of human rights. And with that, I want to give this message to you, that today we all have gathered here and are going to start human rights. The message that I am going to reach you through your channel. So first I would like to tell you that you should try to understand human rights, because human rights are such a subject that you will never learn it in a day. It will take you time to educate you, because his accent and his education are within the legal definition. And as much time as it takes for a lawyer to learn the law, it also takes the same amount of time to study human rights, because it has such depth from within that by understanding it, you will understand. Therefore, if you want to know it well, then if you work on it together and learn it little by little, then it will be easier for you also to understand it. Still, before starting this program, I would like to tell you one thing, that today I would like to introduce you to human rights. What is human rights? How is it? Where did it came from? So, first I will start with the word human rights, which we need to know the word. Because when we started work on this, when our organization, International Human Rights Council, of which I am the founder, when we started working, we thought that somewhere the educated people and the intellectual people would get human rights and would know it very well. But when we started working at the ground level, we realized somewhere that even intellectuals do not know human rights properly. Why don't you know? That too, today in this video you will know what the reason is why it was pending and why this information could not reach the people. I will introduce you about it. So, first, there used to be a resolution named Magna Carta in this world. It was established in the year 1215. It was a very old time at that time. People could see glimpses of some human rights within the Magna Carta resolution. But the time spent in this manner did not give human rights to anyone in its entirety, but a glimpse of a beginning was made. As soon as this resolution was implemented in the European countries, the First World War started and ended. But impact of the same was many countries were largely harmed. After that, the Second World War started again. Large amount of damage was caused to the countries in the Second World War. And you cannot accept that loss was caused to the common people of countries had to bear its pain. Observing the pain that people had to endure, the community gathered at the international level. They decided to form an organization. The organization, which they established in 1945, is known as the United Nations. They laid its foundation. Soon they started working on resolution of human rights. In this, they prepared 30 articles on what we call the Universal Declaration of Human Rights. A lot of time was spent in preparing these articles. The United Nations was established in 1945. By 1948, Dex 10, these 30 articles had been prepared, after which, on 10 December, they called an international conference. They called the representatives of every country and conducted elections on passing the resolution in the United Nations. This resolution has been passed with these 30 articles and asked all countries that they should be adopted in their respective countries. In this procedure, there were very few countries at that time, out of which 56 out of 112 countries had agreed to it and supported this resolution. And it was expressed there that they will adopt these resolutions in their respective countries. Now let us look at the articles which we have got in 1948 in its entirety. Today we are not fully aware of these human rights story, or people are still not properly familiar with human rights. The main reason for this is that many countries adopted the resolution in 1948. But now, further at that stage of year 1948, many invasions were released, and due to a process of making local governments, due to the citizens of many countries, were not properly focused on human rights, because at the same time many parallel developments were working for countries to develop the citizens' livelihood. And then in 1993, on itself invented their Office of High Commissioner of Human Rights, which we also known to UN Human Rights Council. Then after all alliance countries have implemented local bodies or commissions in their own country and acquired membership of UN Human Rights Council, and further are working on their guidelines, due to which today we are delayed, but through these agencies and commissions we started knowing human rights. After that, social organizations like us came and started propagating this resolution and distributing these 30 articles among the people. Then slowly and gradually, now some people know what violation of human rights is and how human rights are viewed and what can human rights do. But first, it was very important for us to tell you what human rights are. Where did it come from? What are its basics? And after how many years it was established today? Because of which today we look at the administration from a different perspective. But in the administration is formed by people from among us have gone, one of us is employed there. So when we ourselves are not aware of that thing and we are not aware of human rights, then how will they get it? So in the same way, they too is in ignorance, and we are also in obedience. Even agencies and commissions also run special classes for these government employees, that in view of human rights, how should you protect people and their work for the people by providing justice among them. So largely due to such efforts, the existence of human rights has been established today. And I think that the time has come where there will be no place for casteism, that time when we will completely see our new generation's educated genre here will be there, and they will never think of themselves in any other way. At that time, this resolution will be largely strengthened, and promotion of human rights will be the biggest, because soon, in coming time, is the time of human rights.